Breaking news released moments ago. A brand new Fox News poll has Donald Trump topping Hillary Clinton nationally by 3 points, 45 to 42. Clinton is ahead by 14 points among women, 50 to 36%. But Donald Trump leads by a larger 22 points among men at 55 to 33%. In a bombshell favorability poll, well, Clinton's negatives have surpassed Donald Trump's, a record for her at 61%. They view Hillary negative. It's still, for Donald Trump, a high 56%, but it had been at 65%. So 56 from 65. Donald Trump leads among independents at 46 to Hillary Clinton's 30%, but Hillary does have the lead, a 39-point lead, I must add, with Hispanics at 62% to Donald Trump's 23%. Here to discuss and hash it all out, these brand new shocking polls, Mark Serrano, Ford O'Connell, Lisa Booth, and Steve Rogers. And Mark, I got to start with you because maybe not so shocking to you. You can call it a statistical tie, excuse for the tongue tie there, but it's obvious Donald Trump has serious momentum here. This is magnificent news for his camp.
A lot of good news here, Charles, for the Republicans. And let me tell you, it's partly because Trump has a 5-week window from when he won the nomination after the Indianapolis primary until June 7th, when Hillary Clinton probably becomes the nominee for her party. That's a really important window of time, and Trump is using it really well. As an example, independents in this poll show favorable rating for Hillary of 23%, but they show favorable for Trump of 40%, which is close to Obama's favorable rating at 42%. That's a huge gap. He also has the big gap you mentioned with men, and I think a very manageable gap with women at 14%. Trump can overcome that number, particularly in this 5-week window when Hillary Clinton still has an opponent in the primary.
You know, Lisa, but I will say, though, that the women, the 50 to 36 on the side with women, that needle didn't move a lot. It certainly didn't echo the bigger, broader move that we've seen. It does underscore Donald Trump's issues there. And also with Hispanics, there's a couple of swing states where Hispanics loom large. If Donald Trump is indeed to flip New York, if he is to win Florida and some of these other states, 62 for Hillary, 23 for him, not going to get it.
Well, Charles, and you're right, he does need to improve his numbers with both women and Hispanic voters as well, and there's ways to do that, particularly with women voters. I think he needs to get women out there such as Ivanka Trump and people that he, women that he has promoted to the top of his organization and get there out as storytellers to tell people about the side of Donald Trump that they aren't hearing about. And look, these recently released polls by Fox News echo some of the other polls that we have seen. There was an NBC poll reiterating the race being, just within or outside of the margin of error. Same as a Morning Consult poll as well. We saw this Quinnipiac polls in critical key states like Pennsylvania, Florida, and Ohio as well, where Donald Trump was leading in Ohio and within the margin of error in Pennsylvania and Florida as well. So I think there's a danger for Hillary Clinton to underestimate Donald Trump, and especially considering the fact she can't seal the deal with her own party. So I think Democrats right now are overestimating her abilities and underestimating Donald Trump's. And one of her weakness for it, we know trustworthiness. She comes in with just only 31% approval on trustworthiness. And who's more corrupt? Well, she's at 49%, Donald Trump at 37%. We already know the nickname that Donald Trump has bestowed upon Hillary. She better hurry up and finish off Bernie Sanders, or I think that she's going to continue to drift in the wrong direction.
I absolutely agree with you. I have to admit that if I'm the Trump campaign, I'm darn right salivating at these early numbers. I have to say something, though. With a plus 22 for Trump with men and the plus 14 with women for Clinton, this is shaping up to be an election only a divorce lawyer could love. I would keep my eyes on two numbers, and that's the fact that Trump is up plus 9 with white women and the fact he's up plus 16 with independent voters. I think those two could carry him, but as I mentioned many times before, Charles, he's doing darn well with white working class voters, and that's going to be key in the industrial Midwest, particularly Ohio and Pennsylvania. But I do agree he has to find a way to be more trustworthy with Hispanics, particularly in the state of Florida.
Here's the thing, too, Steve. You've been talking Donald Trump from day one. And there's, we talk about the broader tent, the big tent. Critics say, yeah, it's a larger tent, but what he's done is he's awakened white voters who may have stepped out of the process, but he's not bringing in a lot of other people. And this is what some of the elders, the GOP establishment, is worried about. Will this just be especially the GOP for one particular race?
Well, a couple of points, Charles, regarding your comment about she's got to finish off Bernie. The FBI is going to finish her off before she has a chance to do in Bernie. But let's go back to the wisdom of Sergeant Joe Friday. Remember him on...
Of course.
Just the facts, Charles, just the facts. And here are the facts. That regarding trustworthiness, the media has driven these negative polls with regard to Donald Trump. There are no facts at all that would... enable people to conclude.
I mean, listen, this one new ad that they put out, they're using Donald Trump's own words against him, and these are the kind of things that add to sort of the unfavorables, which, by the way, I will mention, the new unfavorables now have Clinton at 61, Donald Trump at 56, so both highly unfavorable, but he's done some damage to himself as well.
All right, but actions speak louder than words, and Hillary Clinton's actions, look at Benghazi, look at the emails, look at the FBI investigation, clearly those are facts that will prove to the American people she cannot be trusted.
But is this election going to be more about who's the worst candidate, or will people vote for the person that they want to win?
They're going to vote for Donald Trump. He will be the next president of the United States, and I've said it quite often.
Go ahead, Mark Serrano.
Yeah, the answer to that question, Charles, is yes, because people have different reasons for voting. But look, if we were sitting here a year ago and got a crystal ball to take a look at these numbers, it would blow the mind of the political class that Donald Trump, businessman, was matching Hillary Clinton with numbers like this. It should blow your mind. I mean, we're obviously used to him now as the nominee, but look, this is Donald Trump we're talking about. He had a 10-point swing in 2 weeks' time, both on favorability as well as the presidential preference poll against Hillary Clinton. These numbers are a fantastic start.